Jim Fannon Show. We're going to get into all kinds of stuff current and important to you today, hopefully. But first, Biden's HHS pick advocates sex changes for kids. It's the way we want it here. Not sure exactly who is standing for the children. Certainly not these people. Biden's HHS pick advocates sex changes for kids. All this talk of puberty blockers and helping children as young as 3 years old transition by indoctrinating them with sexual education in the classroom is nuts. And if you think 3 is a little extreme, yeah, it is. Exactly. Anyway, this is, we're going to touch on that a little bit as we go. We got some clips for you. It's going to be a quick hit, in and out. You know what to do. Like, share, subscribe, comment if you like it. If you don't, then you don't. But how you find the Jim Fannon Show? We're still around. I didn't know I had to publish my page. Patreon.com/free speech. That's patreon.com/free speech is the link for the Jim Fannon Show Patreon fundraising page of whatever you want to call it. It's up here now. I've never had a donation, maybe because the page wasn't public. There's some posts up here. I got to get better at creating content specifically for Patreon, and I promise I will do that in the future. But if you have not donated and you feel like you want to, I've never had a donation to this page, so I'm anxious to see that it works. So get out your fat outers. Here is me on the fake book. It's Facebook, facebook.com/Jim Fannon, just like almost all of my accounts used to be before I started getting hacked and terminated. Here is Parler.com/Jim Fannon. You can find me on Parler by searching Jim Fannon. You can find me on Twitter still on my third account. See, I had at Jim Fannon. It got targeted by lefties. Then I had at Jim Fannon Show. It also was targeted and terminated because of the activism of wild and crazy people like Rob Gill, who call out for action on people like me who are charged as a hateful bigot. That was covered in a previous program. I don't need to go into that. So at Team Niagara is where you find me now. I'm on the Twitter. I'm a much smaller account now than I was with over 10,000 at Jim Fannon, and then over 2,000 at Jim Fannon Show. Now I'm just a little guy again, starting over. Here is my profile on Twitch. You can follow me there. Twitch.tv/Jim Fannon Show. Here's my profile on LinkedIn. Don't go to LinkedIn all that much. It's linkedin.com/in/teamnag. Excuse me. linkedin.com/in/team Niagara. You can find me there. And now, who is going to protect the children? This is a transgender medical health officer. On Thursday, the Senate Health, Education, Labor, and Pensions Committee will hold a nomination hearing for Dr. Rachel Levine, President Joe Biden's pick for Assistant Secretary of Health at the Department of Health and Human Services. There are plenty of reasons for the committee to be concerned about placing Dr. Levine in such an influential and powerful role. If you're not viewing this, if you're only listening on the podcast, I will put the links to all the articles that I'm reading or the links to the videos that I'm showing you in the description. I hope you enjoy them. This is at the National Pulse. I'm not going to read it all to you, but I will play you a little clip. It goes something like this. Hey now, where's my volume now? Where is the volume?
Male to female, and now you're getting, your voice is dropping, you're getting bigger, you're getting hair everywhere, and you're growing those tentacles. And what if you're a transgender young man and now you have breast development in periods? It can be terrifying. There's a lot of mental health issues during that time. The previous treatment, before these new guidelines came about, that's when you're 18 and have a nice life. Basically, there was no medical treatment for individuals.
I can't even say what I want to say about this woman, and I really should have like finger quotes going. Like, who's actually... It's a transgender woman. She is the Secretary of Medical Health. I'm thinking she probably has her own mental health issues. Could be wrong. I don't know this woman. But, like, am I the only one that's repulsed by this? Of transitioning children?
So there are new guidelines. So these are the new guidelines that are very well accepted by healthcare professionals.
What's the music in the background? Who did this?
Guidelines, and most children's hospitals will be doing for pre-pubertal children. There is no medical treatment.
Pre-pubertal children. Okay. Transgender medicine. Standards of care, age less than 18. Recommends no medical treatment for pre-pubertal children with gender dysphoria. See, gender dysphoria. Adolescents are eligible for medical treatment. Oh, sorry. Lost my space. Oops. Why is this cruising? Adolescents are eligible for medical treatment if they meet the following criteria. Fulfill DSM criteria for gender dysphoria, at least Tanner stage 2, no serious psychiatric comorbidity that interferes with treatment, have adequate support during treatment, and demonstrate understanding of the treatment. Demonstrate understanding of the treatment cannot be done by anyone that's under the legal age of 18. Stop trying to coerce our children into gender confusion. If you saw the Megyn Kelly, see, I get off on little tangents here. Megyn Kelly did a bit with Bill Maher, the guy that used to do the show Politically Incorrect. What's it called now? Something with Bill Maher. I thought it was interesting. You should check it out. She took her kids out of school because of the indoctrination of the sex ed curriculum. Sad. Who's going to stand for the children? Not the left, not Joe Biden. They're encouraging this kind of stuff. Man, it breaks my heart. Oh, so what we try to do here is bring you information that busts all the propaganda, the disinformation, the misinformation, and just the straight out lies. If you get the other side of the equation, maybe you'll start to see things a little differently. Maybe you won't be indoctrinated by the left. We're going to hit on some clips. We're going to hit on, let's see, what else we got here today for you. Antifa, one of my favorites. This is the Trew.Tube channel on YouTube. So if you search TREW, 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 Tube, Tube, you will find this channel right here. There also is a channel called The Jim Fannon Show. This one's a little larger than The Jim Fannon Show is. I mostly put up the same stuff, but it's my 6th and 7th channels. Canceled for hate speech. Censored. Harshly, I might add. Looks like I'm getting a red light here. Maybe I'm too harsh in your mellow there. This is Antifa. I just want you to hear the cackling of these lunatics. It's... And this one woman is going to spit in the face of a police officer. Imagine a girl like this telling you that you disgust her after she spits in your face. Now, does this look like Ilhan Omar's daughter a little bit? Look at that. And her handler's got to take her back. She can't even spit correctly. You know... This makes my head hurt. This goes on and on and on and on. It's going on all over America right now. I don't get it. I don't understand it. I'm going to play this to the end. I'm very tolerant. Tom Brady gets a little pissed and tosses the Lombardi Trophy over to Gronk on another boat. Yes, I think they were drinking. Yes, I'm okay with it. Who cares? Oh, we're really skipped. Oh, here, let's get control of this runaway freight train. I think I reordered the clips here. I thought that they would play. It should have played straight into this. Oh, this is the first clip. We missed this. Now, can someone tell me what this is all about? Please.
That could feed people.
That's just weird. That's so weird.
It's weird. Does this guy look like Tom McConnell to you? Yeah.
To me, right, like it falls in line with what the police do now
this
in Portland, which is like
obviously he's a man. He's got a mustache, but he's got the vocal fry of like a 12-year-old girl.
Like around the ICE building, the ICE rental property in South Portland.
I'm sorry. I shouldn't make fun because this is actually sad. It's heartbreaking. It's disturbing, and it's not natural. It's not normal, and we should not try to convince our kids that it is. Hey, tolerance for everyone. Why do I always have to pause it on the scene that makes the person look the worst? It's just how it happens. Right, let me try and get a better shot of her. Oh yeah, that's bitter. Again, these clips, I was just commenting briefly on them. It's a quick in and out today. They'll be in, well, if you go to Trew.Tube, it's in the playlist called Clips, and they're in this order. We showed you this one. Here's another one. Black Lives Matter. Antifa in Black Bloc. Portland, Oregon is the location. They're stalking police officers. The mental illness that is with us today is profound and should not be overlooked. More Antifa making the news as they continue to riot in the United States of America. This is not Antifa, although they dress like it. They have police uniforms on. And they are showing up to a woman's house
Can I finish my sentence?
You don't need to speak with me.
If you damage his property, you are going to be arrested. And that's not
touched
going to help
anything
you.
of his.
That's not going to help you with
Excuse
your...
me, sir.
Can I finish my
No, you
sentence,
can't,
please?
because I haven't
Arrogance.
Then I'll just speak over you, because clearly you're unreasonable and you don't listen.
Clearly, you're
If you
unreasonable and you
damage
don't
his
listen.
property,
Why? Because she's
You are
in
gonna
her
be
home and
arrested.
she doesn't want to be
So do
assaulted
not
by a
damage
police
anything.
officer. This is
Is
the
that
Hamilton
clear?
Wentworth Police Department,
It's clear.
by the way.
Go have a good day.
Now watch
Whatever
this.
justice I know. Enjoy your bullying of a position.
He thinks that's pretty funny, eh? You think that's funny, eh, Copper? I wonder how you do out in the world, out in the street, without your badge. I bet you get the piss beaten out of you on a regular basis. Animal. I will eat your ass. This is Alex Jones. I like this clip. I don't know why I threw this in there.
I will eat your ass. I will eat your ass first.
I
will eat your ass.
Mr. Speaker, the U.S. government said Huawei is an espionage arm of the Chinese military and urged Canada not to use their 5G technology. In November, Parliament called on the government to make a decision blocking Huawei's involvement in 5G. Today, Minister Champagne announced 14 NSERC projects for $4.7 million in partnership with, you guessed it, Huawei. Mr. Speaker, why does this government continue to give Canadian tax dollars and intellectual property to Huawei?
Honorable Prime Minister.
Mr. Speaker, Canadians deserve a secure and competitive 5G network. We need to make sure that we're making the right decisions for Canadians, for businesses, to both protect them and keep them playing on.
Somebody shoot me. This cock doesn't answer very many questions, does he? I'm trying to bring... Maybe I should do a show where I just bring you positive news. Tough to find. This kid never answers a question. It's quite sad. And this is a legitimate question on the Chinese company Huawei, which has been banned, was banned under Trump. Biden made it okay for them to come in and take part in their electrical grid. But Huawei in the States, at one time anyways, was banned from doing business with the States because they're an espionage, because of the espionage they run.
A global playing field. That's why we base our decisions on expert recommendations.
See, expert recommendations. Justin, just because you repeat a lie over and over and over doesn't make it truth. You are not relying on expert opinions, scientific evidence, or anything that's well tested or proven. In a lockdown, with the vaccine rollout, none of it. You're an embarrassment to the whole country and in front of the world. What do we do? What do we do? Well, in Canada, we reward you with a full majority government after the next election, which looks like it's going to be in the spring. I may run.
From our top security analysts, that is the work that we've
Anyways,
always...
he just goes on and on and on. He just doesn't answer a damn thing. Here's another example of it.
The Association says if you're going to make people stay in these hotels at their own expense, possibly make them quarantine.
This is on quarantine hotels?
You need to do this based on evidence. What evidence do you have that Canadians
Answer the question,
are
Justin.
existing quarantine rules and that these new rules...
What evidence do you have that Canadians are ignoring
Initial
existing
quarantine,
rules?
The initial testing on arrival needs to be a PCR test. Everyone who arrives...
PCR tests are bullshit.
Everyone who arrives in Canada has...
He just can't spit it out. He can't answer a question.
Over the past 72 hours. So we know that even if they start to develop the virus inside of them, it'll still be at reasonably low numbers, which is why a rapid test on arrival is not as good as a PCR test. That PCR test, particularly if there are significant numbers of travelers, could take 2 or 3 days to get a result. As soon as they get the result
Shut up.
of that
Like,
PCR
I'm sorry I put you on to this too much. This is a smokestack at the General Motors plant, the old General Motors plant in St. Catharines, coming down. Pretty sweet. There was no permit obtained for that demolition. Just gonna send it! I wish I could give you this guy's name. I should be better prepared when I bring you these cuts, but you can figure it out yourself. This is a Canadian guy who gets really amped up on his Yamaha TXE or whatever. I don't know. He's got a beat up old snow machine, a Yamaha, and he's one of my favorite clips. Just gonna send it.
Just gonna send it!
Now, I don't know if you've seen this. If you have, too bad. You're watching it again. But this is a man. This is a man. This is a man on an oil rig doing a man's job. Now, I'm not saying women can't do the job, but there's no women on oil rigs, really. Not doing this job, man. This dude, you know how easy it is to lose like a finger, a hand, an arm, or a leg on one of these platforms? Check out how these guys run. They whip the chains. See how the bottom one's tightening up, spinning around. I don't know why I'm so fascinated by this, but this is not a job that just any man can do. You better be in shape. You better be tough as nails. Watch this part. There it goes. A little bit of lube. Tighten it up. There it goes. Just tight. Spin it up. And around. Like, is that fascinating or what? You saw the Tom Brady clip, and that's it for the clips I think I got for you today. Chuck Schumer doesn't care about the people in Texas that died as a result of having no electricity. Here's what he had to say about Texas.
The bottom line is, Texas thought it could go at it alone and built a system that ignored climate change. It was not what's called resilient. And now Texas is paying the price. I hope they learn the lesson. When we build power, when we build anything now, we have to take into account that climate change is real.
I hope they learned their lesson. Oh, like the 2-year-old that was killed? That died as a result of not having power? Man. I am almost hopeless. Here's Trew.Tube. You can go find the clips in the playlist. Mazie Hirono. A woman that cringes me more than almost anyone.
Senator, if anything was necessary,
except this guy.
To refocus our attention on white supremacists. That was the attack on the Capitol, and I expect
the white supremacist attack on the Capitol. So this insurrection that happened on January 6th that they will not shut up about, that they are going to drag out. They don't have impeachment of Trump anymore. They're going to drag this out for years. They're always going to be talking about the white supremacists that ran an insurgence on the government. Trespassing, maybe. Jerking off, maybe. Putting their feet up on someone's desk, stealing a lectern. Nobody's lives were being threatened, okay? And white supremacy is not a problem, okay? There's 300 Klan members in all of the United States of America? White supremacy. When's the last time you met a guy that actually believed that white people were better than everyone and that everyone else should die. And no one else should get benefits or work or equality. Like, it just doesn't happen. Nobody thinks that way. But the narrative is that white supremacy is our biggest problem. This is slightly offensive TV. I'm working on an interview with Elijah Schaefer. He runs it.
I thought this was really sweet. There's this couple on TikTok. They happen to be white. They adopted a black kid. They're teaching their baby to like tap dance. It's just cute. Like they couldn't have I think like a lot of people can't have children. They wanted to adopt a child. Yeah. They crossed cultural boundaries. You can't expect that they intentionally adopted a black kid. I would assume they probably actually just adopted the kid because the kid was cute and they wanted a kid. And unfortunately, there are a lot of black kids in the adoption system, right? And could have been where they are. And you're going, oh, that's so nice. That's just so nice. Well, Black Twitter, Tariq Nasheed, who's a race baiter, is like, white couple gets some tap shoes for their black adopted child. Like, is this racism? And I was like, oh, who's stupid enough to like buy into this bait? Well, people are, right? They're writing things like here, like, it should be illegal to adopt black children if you're not black.
Wow.
And these are, like, by the way, liked by thousands of people.
Yeah.
Like thousands. Call it like it is, Tariq. This user said, white supremacist couple abuses black baby. I shouldn't be doing an accent. This baby should go straight back to the orphanage from which it came.
That has to be fake.
I don't know where the dog...
These are not fake. I went through Twitter and I read through all of these comments and I specifically picked them out. They're not fake. These people are really upset because they think that this baby tap dancing, and I believe these parents have their own dance company and studio as well, which is why they are teaching their baby to tap dance.
That is... Savannah Hernandez. She produces for Elijah Schaefer on, I didn't know this, I should watch the show more often. He was on Gavin McInnes not long ago. Savannah Hernandez, I spent an hour with her months ago. If you search Jim Fannon and her name, Savannah Hernandez, you will find my conversation with her. Slightly offensive.tv, excuse me, is the channel. So domestic terrorism in the U.S. is more dangerous now than after the Oklahoma City bombing. This cuck, Merrick Garland. Oh my hope is waning for humanity. With people like this that are trying to convince you that white supremacy is a problem. Yes, there's racist of all colors and stripes. White supremacy. Man, I don't know. I wish I had the clip. I don't have it loaded right here. I'll get it for you next time. All right, so that's a little bit of where you can find us and where you can donate if you want. Patreon.com/free speech is how you find me. Peace, love, hug your neighbor, and take that filthy, dirty diaper off your beautiful face and let people see it. Do not comply. Defy. Because if you keep masking up, it's just evidence that they can control you in other ways. All right? I'm out.